Good evening, all. How's everyone's day? Jilak, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hope you're keeping well. What else have we got lurking in the background? I'm not too bad, Jilak. Had a busy week, sorting stuff out in the railway. Hi, Finbar. Hi, Anthony. Hope you're all keeping well. Jerry, how's it going? Hi, Jason. How you doing? In the middle of a webinar. Is it on anything interesting? All right. Thanks for popping in, Jason. So how is everyone? Did you all have a good Father's Day? For those of you that are dads. As you can see, I got a little bit of green down. That's the first layer. That's just some basic green scatter going down. And then on top of that, I'll do various layers of static grass. It's supposed to be a blend, but it seems a very vivid green. Yeah, I had a good Father's Day. I got loads of treats and chocolate for my kids. I was able to sit down and watch the F1 in the afternoon, at the same time put a few Metcalf kits together. Well, I say a few. I only got one done in the time of the Grand Prix. Had some issues with my internet again over the weekend, so it because I watch it online, it kept freezing at the most inopportune moments. Do you like Jumbo? Is just going to be going on static display at the center, so it's only going to have enough track for its 33-foot length, plus an extra yard or two, because once a month we have to pull it forward and back just to keep the bearings from seizing. So we'll have some sort of electric winch or something just to pull it forward by a yard or a meter. Yes, you're right there, Jerry. I don't know what's been happening with my internet, but it seems to work fine for a couple of days. Then it goes down, you ring them, they change some settings. It works again for a couple of days, and then it stops working. Like, it stopped working this morning. Rang them, and they changed some settings, and it worked again. And it's working great this evening. How long it will work for, I don't know. But I did have a backup plan. If it wasn't working today, I was going to go into the museum and do the stream for the museum, because at the same time I can do a bit of work on the engines, give them a bit of a servicing in there and clean the track, because we're hopefully now going to be getting into our busy time. The schools are all finishing up here this week, all the national schools or primary schools. The secondary schools are already finished. So hopefully we'll have a lot of people staycationing again this year, and they'll be coming up to see us, as we're the only sort of tourist thing opened in Donegal town at the moment. Do you like that's the next stage? That's phase 2, getting track down and getting her running. And you would need a lot more than a mile for Drumbo. You would need at least a good 9-mile stretch, 10-mile stretch. She's a fairly big engine. But if we can get a mile down to start with and run a little diesel shunter on it with an old carriage or something just to get started, all the better. I priced up a 1 kilometer of track from Bordnamona, which are closing down their bogs, is the scrap value of it is 14,000 euros. Excuse me, I'm just having a drink. It's non-alcoholic, it's Dr. Pepper. Yeah, we just don't have 14,000 at the moment. But once we get Drumbo out of the way and we start fundraising for the next phase, it won't be too long before it comes around. Yeah, 14K. I mean, that's not like mainline track. I think it's only 45-pound rail. But when I spoke to them, they said, yeah, that's the scrap value for a kilometer of track. And a lot of their track comes in panels with metal sleepers, so you can just, it's almost like Hornby fixed track. You can just lay it down, bolt it together, and away you go. And it'd be fine for running something like the rail cars or a light shunter or something like that. Be no good for Drumbo, but although I think Drumbo did run on 45-pound rails anyway. Yeah, it is fairly rough. You know, we were hoping that we would get some donated to us, but appears not to be the case now because they're closing down. Everything has to be sold. The track would probably be in around Donegal town somewhere. Just, you know, a kilometer of it down. Just as I said, to run the, get a little diesel shunter and put some wheels on one of the carriages we have and run that up and down. You know, but once we start doing that, it's the paperwork involved with all the safety operations, because you're operating a railroad. Even if it's only a kilometer and there's one vehicle on it, you have to follow all the regulations. I got some paint for Father's Day. They were out doing some shopping and they seen these. It's acrylic paint. It's only cheap stuff, but they got me raw umber and burnt umber. So they just said it, every video they see me watching, that's the colors they seem to use all the time. So they seen it and got it for me. Hi, Jason. How you doing? Yeah, Drummond have quite a few of the diesels. Have you ever been there, Jerry? It's quite a unique place. I'm hoping to get down there sometime over the summer. So I was down there a while back. Actually, it must have been before the pandemic hit. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Yeah, I plan to do more museum moments on different bits of the network. It's just now over the summer with the kids being off, I can pile them into the car and we can head out on good days for a drive. Well, they're extending their track there, Jerry. Busy painting gravestones. Oh, very good, Jason. I've got my church up in the corner. I painted that. I just have to, well, start doing the scenery around it. Yeah, I didn't get out to do much on the railway this week. Busy week with meetings and that. When I did come out here, I just walked out to my shed here to start doing stuff on, I think it was Tuesday evening. Thought, right, I got a few hours now, I'll do this. I had a friend turn up and we ended up inside chatting instead. Oh dear, excuse me. I've had I actually must just open this. I ordered some more decoders. So there's a few more of my old locos I want to hardwire in. So every couple of months I buy a few decoders and add a few more of my locos back to the DCC fleet. I started repairing, you know, the Class 56, the DCR one that I dropped. And bent the chassis on it. I was able to put a pair of pliers onto it and bend it straight again. I was worried it might snap, but no, it straightened up lovely. And I'm just gluing the shell back together. And the lights aren't going to be the same with it because some of the little plastic bits have snapped and broken. But hey ho, as long as it's running. The railways will return at some stage because they'll have no choice, Jalak, and where there's a will, there's a way, and it doesn't matter who owns the land that they want to put a railway on. They'll just put a compulsory purchase order on it. You know, so after yeah, it's starting to get there, Kieran. So I've only done just a basic scatter on the hillside here. That's sort of the basic coat. And then I've got various colors of static grass. I'll go over that, different lengths, just to put some variation in it. And then I've got a load of the little tufts that I've made. I'll stick all over the place and put some grass tufts nat over the stonework and everything as well, just to blend it all in. But that first coat of green, although it is a bit too green and uniform at the moment, it does add something to it. For those of you who are aware of the, or just you guys in Ireland, but did you hear about the report that came out from the West on Track guys? The experts they got to do the report basically poo-pooed the government report and said it would cost half as much as the government said. Yeah, it is better than plaster white. It's taken me a bit longer than I wanted to start doing the scenery in this, but it's just finding the time at the moment with normality returning and the museum open. A lot of my spare time is now spent helping getting the museum up to speed. We're going to be pouring concrete tomorrow morning on the old platform. We got donated a load of concrete from one of our local quarries, the Cafferty's. So we're pouring that tomorrow. That'll take a week or two to set properly, and then we're putting the fence down the platform. And then we're going to be laying 7¼ inch. So hopefully there'll be a few videos on that, making up track panels for 7¼ and putting that down and running that. So Ollie's got his 5 inch, I got 7¼ so I'm 2 inches up on Ollie. Although I don't have a steam, I've just got a little electric. Yeah, it's a little electric diesel shunter that we've made up a Thomas the Tank lookalike to go over it, and also we have a model of Phoenix, the diesel shunter that the Donegal Railway had. I got a couple of the steamers out this week to change it up a bit. I've got Tornado and the 4P British Railways going around. Of course, I had to give the track a good clean, especially where I've done the scenics, because there was bits of blobs of glue on it there. So new budget airline in Stansted. Yeah, funny enough, I always look on Radar. Is it Radar 24 it's called? I'm always clicking on that to have a look. And I noticed this morning that a lot of the Stobart ATRs took off from Dublin and Belfast, and they landed near Dusseldorf in Germany. So whether they're going there for storage or they've already got a new contract. Because Ireland is actually one of the countries that has got the most aircraft for hire. There's a lot of aircraft leasing companies based in Ireland. So quite often when you get on an aircraft that's leased, it will have an Irish reg on it. They do a lot of, they call dry leasing, which is just the aircraft, or wet leasing with the crew. And they actually had a Virgin Atlantic pilot in the museum yesterday, and I was chatting to him. He was laid off 14 months ago, and he's just been called back and is back flying again. Yeah, there was an Air Ireland flight to Donegal to Dublin. It's one of the what they call the PSO routes. So it's subsidised by the government in the EU. There's 2 routes in Ireland. There's Donegal to Dublin and Kerry to Dublin. Galway and Sligo did have PSO routes, but they were taken away about 3 or 4 years ago. So they deemed to have, they have rail links and a decent enough road network to Dublin. I'm saying that, so does Kerry. Kerry has a rail link, but yeah, the Donegal Airport's quite a nice airport. I flew into there a few times. They had a really nice apple pie. Back when I used to go flying, especially when I was flying the UK, we used to go out for what we called the 100 quid burger, because you'd hire the plane, fly off somewhere, have a burger in the local cafe for a couple of quid, but it would cost you about 100 quid to hire the aircraft for the hour to get there. I don't know if Kerry has better politicians or they're just louder. There's the Healy Rays down there. I got to be careful what I say, because half my family's from Kerry. They're all down in Ballybunion and Listowel. In fact, the monorail railway they had down there between Ballybunion and the Stole ran past my grandmother's house. So Anthony, have you started those kits yet? Did you decide to go from small to big or big to small? In case you didn't see it, that's it's one of the Metcalfe low relief houses in Stone Effect. So that took me 3 hours to build, but I was watching the Grand Prix at the same time, so that's to go along the back here, the back of the station. So I've got some brick and stone ones to make up. I'll put them along there, and then that'll give me an idea of how many I need. Hi, Tim. How's it going? How's your adventures going out and about, Tim? I think you've got far nicer weather than here in Donegal. It's been miserable all day, and yesterday really wet, not that warm. Hardcore, how's it going? How are you keeping? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm hoping to maybe get over to the UK beginning of August, maybe for a week or two, and go around a few of the different steam lines and that, and do some filming and that. Yeah, Finbar, the green does make a big difference. As I say, it's the first layer of many that will go on there. Put it on. I'm not worried about the patches that you can see on there, because that all makes up part of the hillside. When you look around, you've all got different shades in it. So some of it will be covered over with grasses and flowers. And nine booked. Wow. Yeah, I'm hoping to just throw the tent in the boot of the car, see what kids want to come with me, hop on the ferry from Belfast, and just a few days here, a few days there, a few days somewhere else. Yeah, that's only just the start of it, Anthony. It's actually, I say it's the Splendid Turf, Woodland Scenic Splendid Turf. It's just the first layer. There'll be static grass and everything going on top of that, and other different colors and that, just for the variation. And like I only have this half here done. I still have the other half to do. Well, my biggest problem now is just finding time. Yeah, it makes it. We put the first layer on there, like I've done all the rock work, and I put the brown around it and putting the green around it, and then that'll see it highlights the rock work a bit more, and you can see, right, I can add a bit of color here or do this or do that. Because sometimes you do the rock work, you just look at it and it just looks dirty. And then when you add the green and the other colors in, it starts to bring everything to life and pull it together. And then the last thing to do will be the dreaded ballasting. Little Bachmann saddle tank, huh? Yeah, those little saddle tanks don't usually pull too much. Oh, your video watched the other day, Tim. I watched the other day. I think I put a comment on there that just some of the camera angles you used and everything. I thought, oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to start copying some of them as well. Most likely, I won't have a video out tomorrow, guys, because I just haven't had time this week. I've been videoing the work I've been doing on this as I've been going, and I was actually putting some of it together, and I realized somewhere along the line I've missed out a big chunk of what I was doing. I don't know whether I filmed it and lost it, or whether I just got carried away and didn't stop to film it. So I won't have a video out tomorrow. Next Wednesday, there should be an update on progress of the work for Drumbo around the station building, so you can see what's happening there. And then if I get to work on this over the weekend and do some more work, then hopefully I could get more of this done, and you'll see a video on how I've done all this tomorrow week, maybe. I've lost footage. Yeah, see, I'm sure I did film it. And when I looked, because I do all the filming on my phone, and when I looked last night, I couldn't find it. I was like, did I film it? Or did I think I filmed it and I didn't hit record? That's a possibility. Because I know I was filming it out without my camera person. But she finishes school on Monday. Monday's her last day. She's got half day. So I'll have a full-time camera person for over the summer, which I know she can't wait about. And she's going to be turning 13 during the summer. So she's going to be entering those dreaded teenage years. So after about another 6 months, she won't want anything to do with me. And I got to say well done to Anna, one of my daughters. She completed her junior cert and her summer exams this year. Of course, it was all assessment based and school exams. There was no state exams this year, but she done really well, got really good marks. I got my dad, we all clubbed together and got a drone for him for Father's Day. So I'm waiting to see how he gets on with it, because it's something I'd love to have as a drone for going out filming the old railway lines and that around Donegal. Hi David, how you doing? The kids over here, they get secondary school, they get 12 weeks holidays, and primary schools get 8 weeks. That's just for the summer. Don't forget, guys, if you're lurking in the background there, give me the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here, if you like what you see. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comments. Yeah, 3 months off. Now, if you're in an exam year, you don't have the 3 months off because you're doing exams for sort of 1 month of that. Isn't that a form of flattery, Anthony, to be impersonated on Facebook? What were they up to? Were they trying to, is it a scam or something they were trying to do? Oh, you got 10 weeks off, do you? You think? That gives you plenty of time to do all those kits you got then. Assume you're a fool or fan of Joyce. Very good, Anthony. No, I just noticed I've got 2 camera 2s. So let's do some of the solo layouts for a while. Well, when you actually look at that on the camera, it actually shows up some white specks that are on the gray more than you can see when you're just looking at it. The camera doesn't hide much. Okay, Tim, catch you next time. Hardcore. It's been raining here all day. Yeah, so I want to see what this drone I got my dad is like, and I might put it on my Christmas list. Good evening, Galajin. Is that how you pronounce it on the JNR? Sorry if I'm butchering that name. Well, that's really good, Jerry. That must be expensive stuff if it's got all that on it. Right, I think it's looking good for Worley this year. There seems to be positive signs. I haven't booked a hotel room yet. Very true, Jerry. Yeah. I'd be frightened to add up the amount of money I've spent over the years. But I can't remember what I told you this, but I've of Irish Railway models. I've ordered the A class, which hopefully will be soon be next month. I think it's arriving. So hopefully I'll be getting that. That was from my birthday money as well, so I'll be able to do a review. Oh, hi, Christopher. God, you're always popping up with different names. So this guy with the drones, where's he based? Is it UK, the US? I must look him up. Yeah, so I do want to get a drone because Gilak mentioned earlier on doing something on the Oankara Viaduct. It'd be great to have a drone to do that, to fly over it and take some different shots. You know, get to a lot of places where you can't. The rail bed is on private land, or it's too far away from a road to get to. But I have a couple of videos I need to do. One on the wagon I went to look at yesterday that needs to rescue it, or not yesterday, last week. And also, as I mentioned last week, the 3-rail Macklin stuff that got donated to the centre. Need to unbox that and look at that stuff. That was from Eddie. I don't know, he might be watching in the background. So who else is on tonight? Oh, Chris is on. I do like Double O'Neill, Tris. He's very good. He's got very nice manner about him. Oh, I see David and Anthony are two-timing. Tim's over there. Oh, and Kieran. It's getting there, David. Yeah, that's my new loco, the Murphy Models 121. So I usually do the same thing as well. I have one on the phone, one on the TV, and yeah, it's a really nice loco. I really like it. I like the way the speed steps are already set up on it. I didn't have to do any of that with the CVs. It just runs really well. I do like it. There's quite a lot of Irish stuff available, Christopher. What really irritates me is the prices. I mean, I was looking on eBay the other day because I would like some coaching stock in the orange and black livery, and 6 coaches were up there for 500 quid. You know, and it's I don't really have the skills to paint my own, although I will probably give it a go and see how it turns out. But yeah, like it seems to be and like we're talking second-hand prices here. We're not talking new. You know, 50 or 60 quid a coach. I've seen them up as high as 75, for which is basically a Mark III Hornby coach or Bachmann coach with a paint job. Hi Z, how's it going? So who's been following the football? Anyone? Yeah, Murphy's models make quite a good bit. And of course, Irish Railway Modeler, which is in the UK, Accurascale, same company. They're producing the A class, which I'm getting off, and they've made a lot of wagons and sort of stuff for the Irish Rail, like the cement bubbles and that sort of thing. Yeah, it does show in the price. Like, yeah, thanks. I've been working a bit on the scenery. It's taken a while to get there, but it's starting to get there, take shape. Yeah, like their hoppers that they've announced, like 75 quid for 3. Like, I know they're really good and they're really well detailed and they look the business, and they are worth the 25 quid each, I think. Just about. But like, if you want to have a rake of them, how much you can have to spend? Well, like, I'm not a football fan, and I'm not taking sides because Ireland aren't in it this year. But will Germany, England end in penalties? Because we all know how that goes. No, the A class is a diesel. If you look up Irish railway models, you'll see the stuff that's on there that they've got. So you can see on that shot there where I'm going to be putting the relief houses along the back there. You can see the lonely one there at the moment. The camera really does show up where your track isn't straight. Now you lay it down, put it down. I even have the what's the metal? Oh, name escapes me now, for laying them down, making sure they're straight. What's really bad is when you have a little camera mounted on the front, you take some footage. You're like, ooh, that's quite. Yeah, it is. It is a bit chunky, but that's what I was looking for to give the like, it's just the back end of a house. So sort of have a row of them, maybe 6 or 8 of them along the back there, just to, so it looks like the back of a house is backing onto the station. Yeah, I need to, like, the only camera I've got is like a cheap GoPro version from Lidl, but it's too big. So you can only run it around the track with nothing else running, because otherwise it hits off. So I've been looking around for a smaller camera, but I can't seem to find one with decent enough quality. You can get cheap ones, but what's the quality going to be like? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. It's the Lotto. Yeah, hopefully that A-Class will be out in July. I think that's when they're expecting delivery. And I've ordered the chip to go along with it. Just a standard chip, no sound chip. Get that and get it up and running, do a review on it. I actually joined the lottery syndicate in the railway because I was a bit worried that if they actually won, there would be nobody. I'd be left in the railway all by myself trying to run it. Yeah, I'd like a Hero 8 or 9 for doing the live streams, but I think they'd be a bit too big for going around on my layout. So I was trying to see if there was a smaller one. So I think I'll have to get one of those spy cameras and get my soldering kit out and try and make something up. So I think it'd be quite nice if you had one that had Wi-Fi capability on it, so you could, while I'm streaming, you would have a cab view as it goes around. So you can all see how bad my track laying is. Talking about track laying, I already said I've got to do some 7 1/4 inch, make up some track panels. I've also got to make up 3-foot gauge panels for Drumbo and everything to go on. That's going to be fun. Because we have to get the sleepers. They have to be cut down to about 5 foot for the 3-foot gauge. And sleepers are not easy to cut. Never mind, I've got to get them to Donegal. A cat cam. Oh, I must look that up. Hardcore. The Cube 2. Is that the Polaroid Cube 2? Because that seemed that was a Color Cube Plus, wasn't it? That had Wi-Fi on it. But I've looked for those, and you cannot seem to get them. I think that they've obviously stopped making them, and they don't seem to be for sale anywhere, even on eBay or Amazon or anywhere. Because I think it was Graham at Lakeside who had one. And I think Jenny had a little Pioneer or Sony one. And again, I think that's out of production as well. I'll just have to wait till I get down to the big city next time and go into a proper camera shop and see what they have. AliExpress 1080 Wi-Fi Sugar Cube cameras. I've never brought anything off AliExpress. I presume it's much the same as Wish. Yeah, I've got a couple of good powerful chainsaws. I have done it before, and they do tend to blunt the chains very quickly. We're going to have to cut about 30 sleepers, because one side we've actually got a concrete pad. We're going to put the chairs, bolt them straight to the concrete pad, and put the rails in. And then where Drumbo's going is actually going to be proper rails with sleepers. There's a massive amount of work that needs to be done first. Right, well, I'm going to be looking on AliExpress then once I finish here, Jerry. My lights I've put on that camera angle there have failed. They were giving off a bluey light anyway. They weren't very bright. I need to get, so I'm just waiting for the white strips to come back into Lidl, and I'll get one of them and stick them up there. Search for SQ11. Right. I'm writing all this down on my baseboard, and probably in a couple of days, I'll come back and look at that and go, what the hell was SQ11? What did I write that down for? My baseboard is covered with loads of little notes and sums and stuff. I was writing on it as I was building it. Yeah, if it's only that, it's worth the gamble, to be honest, Jerry. I might just go and order it and see what turns up. All right, I think I'll call it a day there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week, hopefully. I'm going to hop over now and watch Tris, so I'm sure I'll catch some of you guys on there. So stay safe, everyone, and I'll catch you next week. Bye, everyone.